Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going back doing a kind of a throwback type video. I used to do this way back when I first started doing YouTube. It's a tag video, and I haven't done these tags. I haven't done any challenges or tags in a long ass time. I just got done filming a makeup video for this look. I was wearing a different wig, but I kind of like it better with this one actually, even though it covers up half my eyebrows. I was wearing a leotard and I got cold, so I'm wearing like this weird fuzzy 90s sweater, and I look like a bitch from a 90s teen movie, and I kind of like it. So I'm doing the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty tag, I believe it's called. I'm going off memory. I'm going to go off of my phone in just a minute when I'm done after this intro. I was tagged by Sean Ivan D. My roommate slash best friend slash co-host just walked by the door, and it's a glass door, so you can see like a shadowy figure. 2:16 a.m. So yeah, I got off work at 10. Got home at like 11. So I started doing my makeup right when I got home. So yeah, it was good. It was a random tag. I just got tagged in yesterday, 2 days ago. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I didn't actually get around to it. I've been going through some things emotionally, mentally, just I've been in a rut creatively, so I was like, you know what, I will do it. And I do need to get in the habit of talking on camera. Like last time I did a vlog, like the makeup video, the makeup one, I did a whole vlog about me being biracial and me having issues with Yu Hamasaki on Drag Race season 10. And it's a long, 15-minute long vlog. And then when I was editing it down, I was like, this is very tedious, negative, rambling, and it was one of those like things where you write a letter to someone and you just don't send it, so you feel better about it. So I'm like, you know what, I don't need to. I'll come back to that topic later on. Anyway, this isn't about being biracial, this is about beauty. So I'm gonna have to refer to my phone to look at the questions again, so bear with me. But again, I was tagged by Sean Ivan D. He left me a really nice comment saying that he tagged me in it, and I was like, why not? This is like basically what I did when I first got on YouTube, so I'm going back to my roots. Okay, so the first deadly sin of beauty is greed, and it has to do with what is your most expensive beauty item. Well, heads up, I wanted to do this tag because as a drag queen, I think it'd be really interesting for you guys who are starting out doing drag or are doing drag and you just don't know what makeup to get and whatever. All these beauty things I want to talk about are not high-end, they're not designer brands or anything like that, except for the first one. But I mean, I think that as drag queens, we take things for makeup in a different way than most girls do or artists do. I know for me, like with my makeup, it's very messy. My makeup station is trashed all the time. I'm a very typical boy when it comes to like, I can find things when they're messed up, but if it's organized, I can never find anything. I tend to take makeup more as like art, like paint. So I wipe it all over my hands, I wipe it on dirty napkins, I sanitize stuff because I got a really weird lip infection a couple weeks ago. It was disgusting. I sanitize my things, but I leave things open for weeks on end. It's terrible. I'm a horrible, horrible makeup collector, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I would say the most expensive makeup thing that I own, okay, let's just go through a couple. So I would just go, see, I didn't even close the lid because I don't know where my lid is for this. So this is my Krylon TV paint stick, and these ones are not too expensive as far as makeup goes, but for me, I'm really cheap, and anything above $10 for me is expensive. By the way, I wear 3W. This one was actually bought for me for my friend for my birthday, so I've had it since December. It was a gift from my friend Miss Charm, so I really appreciate it. Because, like, for this one, I mean, there's a Krylon store in San Francisco, which is like an hour away, and there's only like 3 stores in America, so you think that I'd take the time to just go over there, but I don't, and I'd never set foot there, but I want to one day. Whenever I go, it's a Sunday, and they're closed on Sundays or something. But yeah, these aren't like terribly expensive, but they are kind of expensive now that they're becoming kind of rare to find nowadays on the internet. You can find them at Camera Ready Cosmetics, Krylon.com, of course. The only thing is it's hard to match your tone to your face. So I would always say, when I was learning, and when I mean learn, I mean copying people on YouTube, I used to just watch people's tutorials, find out what they used, and if I thought they looked similar to my skin tone, this hair is like just floating into my mouth, get a shade close or copy it, and then be like, well, now I know for the next one to go darker or lighter. My first one was 1W, which was really pale. Like, I'd probably highlight with that now. So a 3W is kind of a mid-tone for me. I'm Caucasian, Irish, freckled skin, so it's kind of you know, my go-to. Like Miss Fame, I think uses a 4W, one of those, I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. And then this is what I've been using a lot lately. This is like my, I don't think I'm even using it correctly product, but I don't even know what it's called, but they're my Makeup Forever. My dad and my sister both got me Sephora gift cards, and I had no idea what to use them on because I don't really use that many high-end brands of makeup because I don't know what to do with them. Because for me, usually makeup is it's like too dainty for my type of drag. I have to have a very specific type of makeup. If I take eyeshadows, it has to be mainly matte, high pigmented. That's why I always use Sugar Pill. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. Sugar Pill. I wouldn't say that they're like hella expensive, but I splurged on this pro palette like 2 years ago or so, and I'm still using it. So basically during Black Friday they had a sale, whereas if you got one of these palettes, anything you get with it, I lied, scratch that, reversed it. So if you get a certain number of these little inserts, you get the palette for half off, and so on, blah, blah, blah. So I think it was like a dozen or so, or 10, or so. It wasn't that many, but I didn't get all of them. But yeah, these are like my go-to, like reds and purples, oranges. But everyone who uses this, I'm assuming, it knows how filthy it gets. But it's okay, I love it. Again, this is from Makeup Forever, this thing I was talking about. It looks like a nail polish. Everyone thinks it's a nail polish when I take it out because it looks like the applicator's nail polish, but it's just like a really shimmery, like almost like a liquid metal. This particular shade or color is called Starlit Liquid #1, and it's just like a very like white frosty color. And then last I got, this is one of my most recent ones. This is a soft glam palette, ABH. Again, I had a gift card for my birthday from Dillard's, and I was like, I'll just get something from MAC, but I ended up getting something at Anastasia Beverly Hills instead because my friend Brittany at work says that they're good, and I believed her. And I would get it for this black alone. Like this black, for me, it's called a Noir. It's really good. And I love like matte warm tones, like oranges and browns. Like I love that shit. Anyway, next is Wrath. And that one is what product do you have a love-hate relationship with, / which is the hardest to get a hold of, I think is what. I'm rewatching this video right now. My love-hate relationship would probably be, I guess, foundation again, because for drag it's so thick. I like to cake my face on. Like my makeup is like this thick off my face when I do my makeup. So I like full coverage. The thicker, the more unbreathable, the better for me. But I guess I would love and hate it because it also is like really hard to get off. Like, you know, when you're washing your face at the bar. I was at the bar, my friend Liz's makeup baby wipes is what they are. There's a jar of coconut oil in the bathroom that my roommate's boyfriend uses, and sometimes I want to use it, but I'm just too lazy to even do that, so I'll just wash my face with dishwashing detergent, which is terrible for your face, but I do it anyway. I think that's about it. I can't really think of, I really do love doing makeup, so I don't really have a love-hate thing, and like makeup for me is like my thing. It's my moneymaker, so I have to kind of give what I got. But again, it's hard to get a hold of these kind of this particular brand. Like I mentioned before, basically just regurgitate whatever I just said about Krylon before, and then there you go. The next deadly sin is gluttony, something I know much about. But this one is basically saying, what is your most delicious beauty product? I'm not sure if that means literally or figuratively or whatever. I guess that's depending on whatever you want to look. I didn't bother to Google what the questions were. I just follow what Sean said, so I'm following what he's doing because he's the one who tagged me in it. Actually, even though I just said what I just said, I think I'm going to alter this question to make it more interesting for you guys, try to make it a little bit more relative to what I'm talking about. I would say I'll use this sin as, what makeup do I use too much of? Like that's probably what I would say. Like I just cannot get enough of using. So I used to use this a lot, and I forgot to put the lid back on it, so now it's all dried up. But there's this product at Hot Topic called Unicorn Snot. Sorry, it's kind of bright. Unicorn Snot, and it's literally a gel-based glitter product where it's got a clear base that starts wet, and then when you apply it, it goes on smoothly. I've tried to explain it to like all my customers and stuff like that. There's no sticky residue after, it's just there, and it actually wipes off really easy. So it comes off easy. I also use it to adhere glitters that I use on top. I use this Gookie nasty version to apply the red glitter on my eyes earlier, but I should have stocked up on it because I don't know if you have this at your mall. It seems a little pricey. It's like $8 or $9, but I would say they're usually buy one get one 30% off. But also, again, this Makeup Forever, I use way too much of it. I put it on my lips, put it on my nose, put it on my eyes, do everything. I'll also put it on my cheeks for like a base of a highlight, and then I'll put highlight on top of that. So yeah, you get the idea. So the next deadly sin is sloth. And that is, which beauty product do you avoid using because of laziness? That can be anything. It's kind of funny to do drag makeup and then not do something because you're lazy, because doing drag makeup takes so much fucking time if you do it right. I'm just kidding. A lot of my friends can get ready within an hour or so, but I take at least 2 to 3.5 hours to get ready. Not 3.5, but 2.5 to 3 hours to get ready. Just because I really like the process and I like taking my time doing things. I would say I don't always moisturize, but I usually do my eyebrows first. I'll glue them down a few layers to let that dry, and then I'll start shaving my face. And then I'll go in with an aftershave balm. I know like the Nivea one was actually like a trend for a minute to use as a primer for girls. Shave it, and I'll put the balm on it, but then I'll put it all over my face because it'll sink in, and it kind of leaves almost like a slick surface. Almost sinks in after a while, but it's kind of, it feels a lot more moisturized if I didn't shave or didn't wash my face or whatever. That helps with the application of my foundation. I use that moisturizing thing as my primer. I think everything else makeup wise I do, but then again, I don't do makeup every day, so that's probably why it's easier for me to get along to it. Okay, the next deadly sin on the 7 deadly sins of beauty tag is pride, and that's which makeup product makes you feel the most confident. There are a lot of things that, like, parts of my makeup that I feel if I don't do it right, it'll mess me up for the whole night. And that's usually my eyeshadow, like anything here. Like, I think my eyes are like so if I don't like how my eyes look, I'll be like depressed about it the whole night, and I'll be like, my eyes look like shit. As I talk about my eyelashes like falling off halfway my eye. In drag, it's very, I wouldn't say vicious, but it's very cutthroat in the way that people judge you, and not just other drag queens, but people in the audience who think they know everything judge you. But a lot of times when I was going through my early stages of drag, even my makeup wasn't that good back then, but a lot of people weren't that good either. The only thing I had that I was confident in is my makeup application and how I look with my makeup on. And it's very few things in my life that I feel confident, I feel good about myself doing. And the one thing it's drag. I don't think I'm better than most people. I just know that what I do is good, and I like it, and people like it too. And that makes me feel good, and that makes me proud, and that gives me pride, and that's a sin, I guess. So I would say that, yeah, just my skill is my sin. Just kidding. It gave me a 1-up when it came to standing out amongst other girls in the club. The eyelash is fucking with me. I keep looking at it. Actually, shout out to Helen Heels, my best friend that I live with. Let me borrow her eyelash glue because I left mine in the bar. But yeah, I have to agree with Sean and his idea about when you're doing your makeup, something comes over you and you become something different. Like, not bad, a confidence comes up about you. And for me, it's very much, I feel like I'm putting like my war paint on. So like when I'm sitting there doing my eyebrows and like I'm doing something and I'm like got my makeup hand, like like when you always see people do makeup with their hands always like backwards and like tilted and very like delicately held, like, and then you do like that long like boop. I'm so intensely looking at myself in the mirror, just like, I don't know why, I just always do it. And I feel like I'm in a music video or something. I feel like I'm being watched. So I think because I'm used to doing videos, so that's probably why I always try to like give face when I'm making my face. Okay, I don't know if I missed something, but I think this one's for lust. And he has 2 parts to this one, and this one is, what do you find most attractive about the opposite sex, which has everything to do with makeup. Another question right after that I'll answer. I'm assuming that this is usually geared towards girls, cis girls. Yeah, because they put opposite sex. They didn't put like in a lover, or they didn't put in what do you find most attractive about person, people. It's really funny because I did a video like this from Queens of the Week way back when. I don't know if it was like our turn-ons or whatever. And I lived with my parents still, so I was trying to like whisper my answer to the camera. I wish I could be more like wholesome and pure like Sean and be that. It's like, you know, it's not what's on the outside, it's what is, you know, your personality. But I mean, like, if you guys want to be like a little bit more juicy and, you know, real about it, this is lust, it's a sin. I would say the most attractive thing about the opposite sex I'll do both. I'll do opposite and the same sex, because I think that women are attractive. Obviously I dress up like one for Thursday nights, sometimes Sundays if Helen Heels books me in Sacramento. I would say women's faces, obviously, like that's one thing that I always gravitate towards, like women's, just everything about like not just like the facial structure, but how people like present, like how people articulate their face and emote. For men's, I would say that this is kind of common knowledge if you know me, like I like butts and pecs. Not so much muscles. You go on Instagram, there's like every muscle boy on there posting shoutouts for shoutouts in their Instagram story. And I'm like, I don't want to see 17 different people from all over the world. It's very like MySpace era, pick comment for pick comment. I don't know if y'all remember that. Where they would just do it for the actual sake of having them, not so, you know, to have an actual connection with someone. Yeah, I like butts. It's common knowledge, everyone knows that. You should see my Tumblr. And then the second part of the question is, if money wasn't an option, what makeup products would you like to have? Or if money was no option, I'd rather just have like a bulk of stuff. Like I'd rather have like a lot of things in bulk so that I can have them for a long time. For example, I'd rather have like a bulk stack of Coty powders, Cloverfield Lane bunker of Coty powder, Clown White, black eyeshadow, contact solution. I've never tried Inglot before, but I always hear that Inglot has the blackest gel liner and it stays very well. I'd have a whole room full of beauty blenders. I do like the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponges. I like those too, and they're cheaper, so maybe I get double amount of those. I'd rather just buy in bulk, Costco style, and just get a whole bunch of things I need. I've gone this long doing drag with basic necessities. Birthday gifts, gift cards, stuff like that I got basically for free. I mean, if I ever make it big and I can afford to buy these things on my own, who knows, that's different. But as of now, I'm good with just foundation and Walmart powder. And last and least, greed. And what would you most like to receive as a gift? I love free anything. I think though, even though this is a beauty challenge, a beauty tag, I do love getting free food. But now I can eat whatever I want and whoever I want. I'm just kidding, no I don't. But yeah, so free food. So that is the end of the 7 deadly sins of beauty tag. So thank you so much, Sean, for tagging me, thinking of me, supporting me. I know that you've been leaving comments on my videos lately, and like, I really do appreciate any of you who have been watching me still to this day after like these 5-6 years. I've been doing 7. I've been doing YouTube, even though I was in my rut and I don't upload nearly as I say I will. I do want to, and I think about you guys all the time. I think every day. I have a new friend at my local bar, Alan. Shout out if you're watching, Alan from Paradise. I just talked to you on Thursday. And whenever I meet people in person that say that they like my videos, and I'm so like, the people still follow me, and I'm like, that's so crazy that I don't think that people actually do that. I know I have like 13,000 subscribers still, but like I know like probably half of those, if not most, are just like deactivated accounts and people don't use them as much. I mean, I don't know if I've ever voiced my appreciation to the loyal few of you that do follow my stuff. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen me go through a lot of different things. I was gonna make a video about what happened to my channel. At first it was more like an excuse to like, this is why I haven't done videos, and for a while I felt like I had to explain to people why I wasn't around and all that stuff, because I know I've vented a lot about my feelings towards YouTube and where I stand on YouTube with myself, and it's kind of like the same thing over and over again. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I feel about making videos anymore, but I still might, but I don't know if I will, and I'm, you know, and then I'd always announce doing something, and then I'd never do it because I would never get in the mood to do it, or I'd always get busy. I mean, like, I don't know if that's like a thing that you guys would even want to be like, because my life changed 2015 to 2017 and 18. Like, it's way different than it was back when I started my channel back in 2011, which ultimately affected my YouTube career. If it's very deep, very personal, I don't know. I feel like I should just be open with you guys because you guys are cool. So if you watched to the end of this video, thank you so much. I remember back when I used to do these tag videos, I never knew who to tag. There's a certain demographic that do these types of videos, and even though for a long time I was like, oh, I'm over tag videos, I'm over that, I'm above that. Now I'm just kind of like, well, depending on what the topic is, I'll do it. And it was fun talking about stuff that I think people would like to know about makeup and drag and all that stuff. So if you're watching this and if you want to do I tag you, boom, you're all it. No tag backs, because I don't want to film this all over again. Would love to see someone do this tag. It's been going on for a long time, like 5 years. So like these tag videos, like they rotate everywhere. Just do it on your phone, just do it in one take. Don't have to edit it like all like this, and then give your insights to stuff. You know, share your knowledge with the world too, and then tag me on something like that. Leave me a comment saying that you tagged me in it, like Sean did, so I can see it and I can comment it and everything like that, because I want to see you guys. Or you can just leave your list down below of your 7 deadly sins list. That's a lot easier too if you want to, and then we can all like exchange ideas. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully very soon. I love you. Bye.